I want to be clear with you, ladies and gentlemen. The like button does not like itself. Yes, the like button does not like itself. And the subscribe button has been feeling a little bit lonely. I've been looking at the analytics, and the subscribe button said, "Hey, James, come over here. Psst, psst, get over here." I was like, "What's up, subscribe button?" He said, "You know these people ain't been touching on me." I said, "Well, no did it, but maybe you don't want them just rubbing on them." He said, "No, but I need somebody to touch me. Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this a better place. If you can't, just tap the button and everybody gonna be happy. Can you do that for me?" Now, if you got thoughts of being Diddy, stay the hell away from my buttons. All the buttons, don't Diddy my buttons. Hold on one second. We about to get to the bottom of this, ladies and gentlemen. This don't make no sense whatsoever. Welcome to the Dark Waters channel, where we explore mysteries, figure out the truth, dive into politics, and anything else you want to know about. That's what we doing over here, baby. Let's go. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and one and only James Williams, Dark Waters, and I'm back, and we are covering the news. And I'm going to start off with something real exciting. Now, before I play this, I need to say something to you. I'm not going to be able to play the whole thing. I can never play a whole haka because I have a warrior spirit, and I do not. It's only activated by Jesus. I can't let it be activated by anything else, because if anybody or anything else activates that spirit, then I'm crazy. So we have a Pride Day parade, and then the man up haka comes out and meets them in the middle of the street. And I know ain't nobody else gonna cover this. You might see it on Twitter, but people don't understand the significance of this. But I want you to understand it. You see, in a society where masculinity was assaulted, which is what we went through, and the tables have turned, when masculine men stand up, there's certain things they're not going to take. And so it starts off with meeting you in the streets. You have a parade, we come meet you. Because truthfully, at the end of the day, the blatant, abundant, visually offensive free for all of perversion is an assault on men, women, and children. In the best way to put it is that. And that's the only way I'm going to put it. And this is what ends up happening. And I want you to understand, this is a younger generation. And it ain't the only ones. You're going to see this trend take off. And see, this is real, actual masculine energy that everybody in that crowd, ain't none of them people experience nothing like this. And so this is that I'm going to chop your head off energy. And so the soy boys don't have this energy. Soy boys don't know nothing about this. And as this rises, this is why I wish they wouldn't have pushed it as far as they pushed it. Like, you took certain lifestyles and behaviors which were accepted and we knew that they existed, and then you thrusted them on everybody in a manner in which you created a rebellion against it. And it's one of those things that where you can't dictate how people react to you. It's like slapping somebody in the face and then getting mad when they chop your hand off. You can't control the fact that they chopped your hand off. You can only not slap that man in the face. The hand chopping, which unfortunately comes soon, you can't do nothing about. And they walking with spirits with them. You know, people don't understand this. I want you to see. They walking, their spirits with them. Look in the eyes. Ain't nothing them police could do. Bro, ain't nothing that bang. It's bad. Now they got a Christian symbol on them, but you ain't no Christian ain't doing no haka like that, opening themselves up. I'm just gonna say, I understand they got a cross on them, but you got your tongue out like a serpent. That's all I'm gonna say. But nonetheless, go do what you do, because I ain't God. Maybe God sent you out there to do it. But all I know is these people ain't ready for this type of stuff. Now imagine for a moment. Ooh. You see her over there? It's in her. You see them eyes? But imagine for a moment what happens. That's about 50 people. What happens when they have a parade and it's 1,000 of them in the street? You ain't moving them. You ain't tasing them. You ain't fighting. You ain't doing nothing. And unfortunately, that's where we're headed. Because, bro, these people just won't stop it. They decide, we're going to make sanctuary cities for this behavior and this behavior. No, man, this is where we're headed. They're like, oh my God, what's going on? Oh my God, oh my God, what's going on? What's happening in a parade? Oh my God, boy, he could look at that police officer right there. He feeling that energy coming from them damn spirits that want to chop their head off right now. Look at his eyes. He's like, oh. And I'm telling you, man, there's things in the street with them right now that want to slice people's heads off. And I know people see DW tripping, man. All I'm gonna tell you is people gonna have to calm down soon. And notice they ain't paying no attention to the police. They pointing at them. Everybody cheering like, ooh, and they like, nah. Look at the lady. You go somewhere with the red. Shame. And I need you to understand, any man that was out there that's got an ounce of testosterone that was in earshot of that man's spirit went to shaking and vibrating on the inside. Like, zzz, like, oh, something going on. Because it's war. Everybody looks so weird. Hey, man, they got the right to... Well, it's not America. I don't know where this is. If this start happening in America, bruh, it's going to end bad. It's going to end bad. Now, for those of you who don't know what a real haka is, which some of you may know. Let me let you feel a haka without all the background noise. Now I'm going to say something and I'm going to move on to the news. Hakas are very powerful, spiritually powerful. But if you ever get the honor to chant war chants with angels, with warring angels, oh boy, it is, I don't even know how to describe it. It's lightning surging through everything. I'm pretty sure there's a superhero out there that has lightning like zzz, going through his body. Imagine that superhero, and you that superhero, but it's so much energy and power that surges through you when you're with them, because they're your brothers, fellow sons of God, that you almost feel like you done left you, like you not on the ground, like you just gone somewhere. But that will tear your body up, and it'll like blow your heart out if you ain't careful. So you can't be rolling around with the big homies like that. All right, let's get to the news. I'm sorry. Let's get to the news. Let's start here. So Zelensky, the little puppet, because that's what he is. Zelensky, the little government puppet, now wants to be a part of the conversation with Donald J. Trump and Vladimir Putin. But Donald said, hey, Zelensky, you need to end this war. Zelensky was like, no, I don't want nuclear weapons, and we want to have our own United Nations, and the European Union is going to give us weapons for war. And Donald said, hey, you know what? Zelensky going to do what we tell him to do. Yeah, he came out and said this other day, Zelensky going to do what we tell him to do. I'm going to negotiate with Vladimir. And you know the craziest thing? The news media, which is broken, by the way, they don't give my man Donald the respect he deserves. You know what I'm saying? I know some of y'all watch this and y'all real liberal and y'all be like, I'm going to unsubscribe. I done seen you say it. I just don't care. But I'm going to talk to you because I love you too. I don't want you to be sitting around here for the next for the next 8 years, having your head bust wide open and going through depression, because there's nothing for you to be depressed about. The news media told you that we needed to support the Ukraine. It was a psychological operation when they started it, when you see all the flags of Ukraine in your neighborhood, and they told you put the Facebook image on Ukraine. None of that was organic. And so you fell for a psyop. Don't feel bad. You're not the first person who fell for a psychological operation. There is a reason why they call them psychological operations, and there is a reason why they spend billions of dollars creating them. Don't feel bad. It's okay. What is not okay is for you to stand there in your pride and keep running forward with something that makes zero sense. Well, DW, James, what you mean? It makes sense. No, it does not. Because if the UN puts troops inside of Ukraine right along the border of Russia, we go to World War III. And Russia has already been decimated in war, and they have vowed as a people, not as a government, but as a people, that they will never go through what they went through again. You need to understand, the citizens of Russia, not the government, the citizens have said, we will never go through this type of destruction of our people again. Now, it's hard to think about that as an American citizen because, quite frankly, the American nation has never been hit by anything that brought such destruction. So the covenants in America as it pertains to safety amongst the people are flexible because the people have been safe. There's never really been any major war on the soil of America in modern day times. Nobody invaded Dallas. Nobody invaded Chicago. Nobody bombed Los Angeles. And so what's going on is we have a bunch of weak people who, majority of us don't have to serve in the military. It's not required for us to serve in the military. who say, oh, we need to support the Ukrainians because blah, blah. No. No. What you need to understand is them people over there about that action and they about dying. And so the proposition proposed to you is this. Look around the room before you turn me off, because I know a lot of y'all going to turn me off. Like, I don't want to hear what he got to say. And I need you to understand, when you go through the phase where you turn me off and then you come back the next day and watch again, then you turn me off and you get offended, but you come back, you get offended, but you come back. That's you being delivered from this foolishness. It's okay. I love you. It's okay. I ain't trying to offend you. I'm trying to help you. But the point I'm making is the proposition that they've laid before our feet, the document they presented on the desk, the document they put on your coffee table right in front of you, in front of the TV, is this. Sign this document that says you are okay with blowing up everybody around you because you got feelings about the Ukraine. Because all they did was provoke a bunch of feelings. Feelings are fleeting. They provoked a bunch of emotions. So they said, sign over the depth of your bloodline, the depth of your finances, the depth of everything about you, because you feel a certain way. So the choice you got is you can combat those feelings and say, hold on, let me sit down and think about how I feel and assess if my feelings are based in reality and assess if my feelings matter at all. Or you can sign over everything and let's blow it all up. And essentially, that's what they're selling you on. That's what they sold you on Donald Trump. That's what they just recently been selling everybody on Elon Musk. Oh, I don't like Elon. Remember? They're making you not like a person. That's a damn feeling. How do you not like somebody you don't know? Think about it. For example, they got people who be like, I don't like Dark Waters. Don't say that. How you don't like me and you don't know me? All you know is what I've said. And this is a fraction of me. So how do you not like Elon Musk when you don't know Elon Musk? Somebody will say, DW, that's hypocritical. Yeah, that's real hypocritical. You say there's people you don't like. You say there's people you don't like. Yeah. It sounds hypocritical. But I can go over there and justify every person I said I don't like Urinal, Noah, Harari. Oh, no. I've read Urinal's books. I've got as close to Urinal as I could get to make a decision about him. But it don't take a long time looking at Urinal, Noah, Harari to realize that, man, this dude's a damn devil. A damn devil. Anyway, Zelensky, go ahead and talk with your silly, non-suit wearing, stealing money wearing.
With you. No, I said that.
Why you ain't talking, chump? Say something, chump.
Oh, I'm not happy.
Ain't no audio for that. You know, this is an idiot. Your whole nation been blown to smithereens. And the only reason why you ain't been blown up with one of them supersonic missiles that we seen come flying down out of the sky looking like fallen angels hitting the ground. Remember the Russian missiles that hit the ground? It looked like damn angels falling out of the sky. And you gonna lay up here and get with the Munich Council, the Munich Security Council, which is basically sponsored by the German government, basically with the Germans behind you, and get on the stage and say, yeah, I told Trump that Putin is afraid of him. Like you gonna interfere with their conversations that they having. Like a little kid who got left out of the conversation. So now you throwing darts at the both of them. Yeah, Putin is scared of you. Go talk to him now. Let me interfere with the peace talks. Yeah, see, he lucky. Yeah, let me let him finish.
I shouldn't be laughing, but you do make me smile.
No, it ain't nothing to laugh about, because if I was Putin, I'd blow all y'all asses up right there where y'all sitting. Boom. That's why Lord didn't let me be no damn politician. And I couldn't be no president, because I'd be sitting there watching that real time. I'd be like, what that chump say? Hit him. Mr. President. No, hit him right now. Mr. President, we cannot bomb CNN while they're live on air. What can we do? Can we hit him with a heart attack gun? Mr. President, we got something. Send the nanobots in there. I know you got nanobots. Send the replicators in there. I know you got replicators. Send them in there. They'll be like, Mr. President, I don't want heads. Send in the replicators. Let them send them in as robots and kill them all live on TV.
So,
We
Mr.
want
President,
peace.
thank you very much.
We have to live and we have to smile
That's
when we
true,
have
too.
time.
That
Of
is-
You want peace, but you insult the man.
course. Thank you.
You chump. You mad because ain't nobody letting them talk.
Also will not take NATO membership for Ukraine off the table. But right now, the most influential member of NATO seems to be Putin. Because his whims have the power to block NATO decisions. And that's despite the fact that it was Ukraine's army that stopped Russia, not a NATO country, not NATO troops, but only our people and our army.
Hold on, let me see this. What do you say?
Guarantees are strong. And I also will not take NATO membership for Ukraine off the table. But right now, the most influential member of NATO seems to be Putin. Because his whims have the power to block NATO decisions. And that's despite the fact that it was Ukraine's army that stopped Russia, not a NATO country. Not
Boy.
NATO.
This boy crazy. This boy right here is so dangerous, ladies and gentlemen. Like and above it says breaking. Zelensky indirectly says that Trump is Putin's agent. Right now, the most influential member of NATO seems to be Putin. No. It's him taking a shot at Donald. So he's taking shots in the same day at two different people. So he took a wait. This is 2024. No, this is the same conference that whatchamajigga went to. So this is real time. Okay, the BR 2024 threw me off, right? So he took shots at Trump. I mean, he took shots at Putin, basically saying that Putin was scared of Trump. Now he turns around and says that Putin is the most powerful member of NATO, knowing that the most powerful member of NATO is the United States of America. So he just having a hissy fit. He's having a hissy fit because he ain't having his way. And see, what needs to happen is Trump and China and Russia need to have a conversation. Because they all need to have a conversation. Then they all need to say to NATO, hey, we the three bosses. Boss one, boss two, boss three. And see this whole Ukraine thing that y'all doing? We're shutting it down right now. Now, if Zelensky don't stand down with his foolishness and stop trying to destroy the world, we gonna bust his head. Can't none of y'all do nothing without one of these other two. So they ain't be able to do nothing without China or Russia, and Russia can't do nothing without China or America. As long as them three people on the same page, all the rest of y'all don't mean nothing. So we all on the same page that we don't want the world to end, and y'all gonna shut Zelensky down, or else we're gonna bust his head wide open to the white meat. And when his head get bust open, you ain't gonna do nothing. You gonna sit back, you gonna take this. You understand? Like, did it put some of that baby oil on you, boy? That's what's going down. And here we go. Lindsey Graham declares that Zelensky is the ally he waited for his entire life. And here's an amazing thing about this. See, the world comes to an end the minute that Zelensky gets put in NATO. I want you to understand. I said this to y'all earlier. Your world comes to an end the minute Zelensky gets put in NATO. And all of the stuff that's happening right now is designed to interfere with the negotiations for peace. So all these little, jabs and the Lindsey Graham going and talking and this person, all that's designed to stop the world peace. We want peace in the world. We want prosperity in the world. We want people to have life extension technologies, which are already there. We want the cures to cancer, which don't come in a vaccine. We want everything that is there for us. We don't want to be blowing up people so these bastards can make some money. So let's see what Lindsey Graham has to say.
I want to tell you and your people, you're the ally I've been hoping for all my life. Not one American has died defending people. You're the ally I've been hoping for all my life. Not one American has died defending Ukraine. You've taken our weapons and you've kicked their ass. And I'm very proud to have you as our ally. I want to tell you.
Now, keeping in line with what we were talking about, which is Zelensky. This is the general over on Twitter, X, the General MC News. First of all, look at the general. General be on his game. Follow the general. You know what I'm saying? It's real easy. That sounds real good. Follow the general. But before you get to following behind the general, you need to make sure that you swimming in the dark waters, man. Come over here first. Then you go follow the general. Don't be following the general before you follow me. You lost your mind. The hell wrong with you? Zelensky says that he's not been invited to the U.S.-Russian meeting in Saudi Arabia next week. No, Trick, you ain't been invited because you be acting like a little girl. We want peace, and you around here insulting people.
First, that maybe there is something at the table, but not on our table. So I didn't see any invitations, envoys, and etc. from Ukraine to meet with some other envoys. But anyway, envoy, this is that national. I mean, this is security advisor, and so we don't have any papers, any invitations, and it's something strange for me to speak in this case, in this format, if before we don't have any negotiation between us and our strategic partners. As I remember, Russia is not our strategic partner. And about...
Yeah. So for those of you who couldn't hear what he said, there's no invitations on the table for us. And he said, and this is a strange thing for us because there's no invitations for us to talk to our strategic partners. But here's what he got to understand. And Zelensky never came to understand. And Zelensky, you don't run nothing. Watch what Donald said. It's more important that you see what Don said about Zelensky. Donald Trump says Zelensky. How you spell his dumb name? Zelensk. So it's Zelensky. That's what it is. Zelensky. Says that Zelensky will do what he is told. Let's see. I remember Donald saying it. I saw it yesterday. Here it is. This is why I like this man. Wait. This is why I like the dude. And I know some of y'all be like, I don't like him. Because the news told you don't like him. But let me tell you something. We got a negotiation going on to making sure nuclear missiles don't go up your bum hole right now. Yeah. Nuclear missiles have been pointed at your bum hole this whole time. And we got somebody that's trying to make sure your bum don't get nuked. Yeah. Yes. Poop pants. Yes. So, here we go. This is what he said.
Why did you decide to provide support to Ukraine? Would you support Zelensky ceding territory or exchanging territory in any agreement to end the war?
Well, he's going to have to do what he has to do, but, his poll numbers aren't particularly great, to put it mildly. He's got a country where, it's been savaged and attacked, and he's got an army that's been very, very brave, actually, despite the fact that, we've given him, in my opinion, $350 billion. That's what the real number is. You don't hear that number. And Europe has given, in my opinion, $100 billion.
Zelensky going to do what he got to do. Yeah, Zelensky don't have no choice. And I misspoke. I thought he said Zelensky gonna do what we tell him to do. He said he gonna have to do what he gotta do. So I apologize. I misquoted that. Nonetheless, if I'm sitting here with you and I'm the big boss, right? And you the little boss. You know what I'm saying? But I'm the big boss. And I'm negotiating on your behalf, protecting you. Because you don't know how to negotiate. And I go to the table and I say to your enemy, listen, come here. See him over there in the chat? He under my protection. But he done got out of hand. I agree. He done got out of hand. He done started some things that he shouldn't have started. And it done went too damn far. And I want to bring into it. And I tell your enemy, hey man, what can we do to make this, bring peace to this situation? Right? Your enemy says, well, in order to bring peace, they're going to have to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And I'm like, all right. Well, there's some things that we can't do. So we're going to go A and C and D. But I'm going to need to leave B off the table because B affects me in this way. And them two, me and that person come to agreement. And then I go to you and I say, come your little silly behind over here. Get up. Come out the comments. Come right here. You be like, what is it, Dark Waters? Now, you done ran over there and played with them people. And them people ain't did you nothing. You done ran over there. You played games. This what you gonna do. You gonna have to do what you need to do to make this come to an end. That's a threat from everybody. That means you gonna do what both of us decided you gonna do. And maybe that's how my brain translates things. So that's probably why I said that's what he said. But nonetheless, I just want to show you how I got to that point. So you won't be thinking I'm some kind of stark, mad, raving lunatic. Look at this. Shocker. And this is pitiful. This is ridiculous. It's pitiful. Watch this. It says the U.S. Army has diverted over 151 million meant for soldiers' food, according to the Military Times. Financial records show that more than half of the money collected from junior enlisted troops was spent elsewhere. What? Let's look at this. Man, this is crazy. Food fund allocation at select Army bases. Is this on the screen? So what you trying to tell me is y'all sending these boys over to bust heads and get their heads bust. You taking their money and it's being spent somewhere else? Fort Stewart, Georgia, 17 million collected, 2.1 million spent on food. So you trying to tell me they should be eating Wagyu steaks and y'all got them over there eating grilled cheese sandwiches? Fort Durham, New York, 18.2 billion collected, 3.9 million spent on food. Fort Carlson, Colorado, 22 million collected, 5 million spent on food. Fort Riley, Kansas, 19.1 million collected, 5 million spent on food. Fort Bliss, 22 million, 11 million. Fort Cavazos, 42 million and only 11 million. Fort Bragg, 34 million, 16 million. Fort Campbell, 18 and 5. Hold on. You trying to tell me, you trying to tell me that these dudes over there putting in the work to be head busters, wig splitters, and they should be eating better than they eating, and y'all taking their money out their paycheck, which is for their food, and redirecting their own money instead of just for all that. I mean, that's their money though. That's them people money. That's why they paying for their food out of their paycheck anyway. Let me make sure I got this right. U.S. Army has diverted 151 million meant for soldiers' food, according to Military Times. Financial records show that more than half of the money collected from junior enlisted troops was spent elsewhere. I'll make sure I'm reading this right. Where's this article? Where in the hell? Who quoted this? Shot. We need to look at this. No, I'm sorry. We got to go see this. Because what you saying is, all right, we had the article. Let me make myself small. Because what I'm trying to figure out is why is these dudes paying for their food? Why are they paying for their food while the government is paying for illegals? So what you're trying to tell me is if I was in the military, then I would get a paycheck. And then you taking money out of my paycheck for food. Military guys, is that how they work? They deduct the money for food out of your own check? No, I don't know. Let me just read. I don't want to be ignorant, and I don't want to sound ignorant. But I know I got some of y'all around here. Y'all head busters, wig splitters, speak up. The Army is repurposing more than half of the money it collects from junior enlisted soldiers for food, according to data reviewed by military.com. The numbers suggest that a large portion of those funds are not going towards feeding soldiers, a diversion of resources coming at a time when troops increasingly struggle to find nutrition food on the base. The money is collected in what amounts to a tax on troops, taken from the basic allowance of substances, BAS payment, roughly $460 per month, that's automatically deducted from their paychecks. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. No, man. Come on. So hold on. See, this is why you got to go look things up. So now we got a great understanding of what's going on. So what you trying to tell me is these boys done went over there. They joined the military. They said they won't serve their country. And their country taking $460 a month from them to feed them while simultaneously the same country is giving illegals $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month. Nah, dog, that ain't right. Nah, dog, y'all down bad for that. Yeah, no wonder why the enlisting numbers went down. I wouldn't have signed up if I knew you was doing this kind of bull. I'd be like, hell no. Junior enlisted troops earn about $30,000 a year. So you're trying to tell me I get 30 racks a year, and you gonna take what's that? They say monthly. So you're gonna take that's $4,600 over 10 months. So roughly $5,000 of my money per year, bringing me down to $25,000, and you know I got to get tax on that, so I'm getting hit with some taxes on it. So you bringing me down to damn near 20, maybe 21.5, 19.5 in income, and you damn near giving illegal aliens what I make per year, per month. Yeah. Think about it. What we was hearing, the chick got $10,000 in food stamp assistance and $5,000 in this, and then they getting housing assistance. They were paying the illegals more than they were paying the junior military people, man. Boy, this needed to come out. Yeah, this right here, this needed to come out. Look what they got the boys eating, man. Come on now, look at it. Look at this. And they gonna go kill people for us. That looked like a 8th grade student lunch. But you want them to go kill people. Man, they should have steak and everything, and it should be beautiful. Red meat everywhere. It should be a party, a feast. These are your warriors, man. The disrespect is just mind blowing. Can we take a break from, I need y'all to agree with me. I done got a little worked up. Can we take a break from politics for a second? Now, remember the nanobots I showed you, the self-replicating bots that they talked about towards the very end of the video. It says they have found a way to take shapes that are more sustainable. And then let's go back and listen to what he was saying in context. It's kind of like, stick, you're running, stick, it's the handoff, right? Like when you're running a relay race, stick.
So I want to talk to you today about the future of our species and really the future of life. We are probably one of the last generations of Homo sapiens. Within a century or two, Earth will be dominated by entities that are more different from us than we are different from.
What?
Neanderthals or from chimpanzees. Because in the coming generations,
Chimeras.
we will learn how to engineer bodies and brains and minds.
Chimeras.
These will be the main products of the economy,
Chimera.
of the 21st century economy. Not textiles and vehicles and weapons, but bodies and brains and minds. So I want to talk to you today about the future.
Engineering bodies, brains, and minds. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're following us down a rabbit hole, we got to the point to where we see how they could possibly use AI to engineer bodies, brains, and minds. We see that they have organic robots that can self-replicate and come into any shape or form they want. So imagine all those robots come into the shape of a human being. By now, they should be able to do this without a doubt. In fact, based on what we've heard, it's pretty much guaranteed that they can do that right now. So let's go back down the rabbit hole one more time. And then I'm coming out of this rabbit hole because this is kind of scary. And you can tell me if you follow my logic, or I would invite you to tell me if my logic is flawed. I welcome you to show me another rabbit hole. I want to be clear with you. When we go into this mode, I'm not getting offended by anything anybody's saying. Now, don't be coming over here with none of that foolishness, like assaulting my Jesus and insulting my Jesus, because then I'm going to chin check you. But we can go down some rabbit holes. You can sit there and say, well, DW, I think you might be off about this, but have you considered this is how this ties into it? Because that's how rabbit holes work. It's thousands of points of data that are coming in at you, and you are just looking at the data, picking the data points and trying to figure out how they correlate. So the more data points you have, the better off you are. It's why when I was in a crypto community, the only thing I did was actually collect data points. Stories were points of data, but nonetheless, nobody wanted data. They wanted entertainment, which is why nobody knows the truth, because they only want to be entertained, because the truth is in the data. And those who have data are powerful. Even Navari said that. All right. AI. Well, maybe I'm wrong.
So what is the difference between AGI and ASI? To those of us born of a different generation.
Okay.
What's the difference?
Yeah, AGI definition is same level as a human brain. That's AGI, artificial general intelligence. But people have a different point of view definition of artificial super intelligence. How super? 10 times super or 100 times super? My definition of ASI is 10,000 times super, smarter than human brain. That's my definition of ASI, and that's coming in 2035. 10 years from today. 10,000 times smarter. That's my prediction.
And it's not a prediction. It means that they already have it. Think about it. If we go by our law that we've come up with, which is our law of lying, our law of, we maybe call it the law of delayed disclosure. Somebody come up with a name for this. We see the early indications that they were using AI between let's just say the earliest indications, maybe 2010 to 2015, 10 years later, they roll it out. So if we're looking at that same 10-year time period, which I believe it used to be like 40, 50 years ahead. They were 40, 50 years ahead of us. But let's just use that rule of 10, 12 years. That means that right now they have ASI. And they're telling you they're going to roll it out. And then he's the prophet because he knows it already exists. And he's like, I'm going to make the prediction. And look at that proud look on his face. I predict that in 10 years and we're going to have ASI. ASI in 10 years. Yeah, but you already know.